Chapter 9, Episode 3. Manifestation of a Virat swaroop child out of the most complete Shri Krishna and his most powerful Shakti Shri Radha. Adi Shakti has revealed that this is Jesus, Jeshu Christ. Bhagwan Narayan says, Narad, the child who was then in egg form remained in the waters of Brahmand Golok universe till the end of the lifespan of Brahma. Then, when the time came, he manifested in two forms. One remained in the form of matter and the other was born as a baby. Shri Adi Shakti has revealed that this is Jesus, Jeshu Christ, and the other half that remained as matter is Shri Ganesha. He was so lustrous and radiant, he shone like a crore of suns. Not having received mother's milk, he began to cry for some time. His parents were nowhere to be seen, so he again went into the water. This ruler of 1,000 Brahmans was now an orphan and turned his gaze heavenwards. He was chubby and sturdy. He was Virat. He shone with the radiance of the 16th part of Sri Krishna. This great child Virat, who had taken birth from the great divine Radha, was the support of the universe. He is also called Mahavishnu. He was born in the primordial cosmic egg. Millions of universes are contained in his pores, and even Sri Krishna has no count of them. He is pure Pranava energy. Just as one cannot count the atoms and molecules of the creation, so also no one can count how many Brahmas, Vishnus and others are contained within this child. Every Brahmand universe has a Brahma, a Vishnu and a Shiva. Between Patal and Brahmalok, there are countless Brahmans. So how can one make a count? Above is Vaikuntha Lok. It is outside of Brahmand. Above this, at a distance of 50 crore yojans, lies Golok Dham. Just like Sri Krishna, this place is eternal and divine. Prithvi is decorated with 7 islands. Its beauty is enhanced by 7 oceans. There are also 49 smaller islands. One cannot count the number of mountains and forests. Above all and right on top are the 7 heavens including Brahmalok. Below lie the 7 hells. This is the description of Brahmand. Immediately above Prithvi is Burlok. Above that is Bhuvarlok. Beyond that is Swarlok. Then Janlok. Above that is Tapalok. Then Satyalok, and last of all is Brahmalok. Brahmalok shines like molten gold. These are all temporary and destructible. Some are within Brahmand and some are without. Narad, at the time of dissolution of Brahmand, all this gets destroyed. They are just like bubbles in the water which are not eternal. Golok and Vaikuntlok are eternal and indestructible. That child who is the embodiment of Virata contains in every pore countless Brahmands. In each Brahmand, there are separate Brahmas, Vishnus and Shivas. Son Narad, the Devatas numbered 3 crores. They are all pervading. The gods of the directions, the guardians of the directions, the planets, the stars are all included in this number. Bhumandal is divided into 4 classifications. Below is Naglok. All movable and immovable life forms exist here. Narad, this Virat Swaroop child kept turning his gaze heavenwards. That primordial cosmic egg was empty. There was no other object nearby. He became concerned. Overcome with hunger, he began to cry. Then later, out of his inborn wisdom, he began to meditate upon Param Purush Sri Krishna. Immediately he was granted the vision of the eternal Brahma Jyoti. Within the bright Jyoti, the form of Sri Krishna was dark like a rain-filled cloud. He had 2 arms. He wore pitambar, yellow robes. He had a murali, flute, in his hands. There was a smile on his face, and he seemed keen to grant compassion and benevolence. On beholding Pita Parameshwar, the Almighty Father, the child began to laugh. Then the great giver of boons, the most benevolent Shri Krishna said, "Son, may you become the ocean of knowledge like me. May you never know hunger and thirst. May you be the principle and the support of these countless universes that are within you. May you become Nishkami, free from all desires, Nirbhay, fearless, and the benefactor of all. May you never experience old age, death, disease, or sorrow." Then Shri Krishna whispered in the ear of the child 3 times the Shatakshar Mahamantra, mantra of 6 syllables. This foremost of mantras is the main body of the Vedas. The first sound is Om. The next 2 syllables are Krishna. In the end, Agni Patni Swaha gets intermingled. The mantra that emerges is Om Krishnaya Swaha. On chanting this mantra, all obstacles are destroyed and removed. Brahmaputra Narad, after initiating the child with the Maha Mantra, Param Prabhu Shri Krishna made arrangements for nourishment for the child. Listen carefully while I tell you. In every world, the worshippers of Vishnu make offerings and oblations, Naivedya, to the Lord. Out of this, a 16th part goes to Vishnu, and the remaining 15 parts go to this child, because this child is the complete Virata form of Shri Krishna. The all-powerful and all-pervading Lord Shri Krishna then spoke to the child, "Son, beside this, if you have any other desire, you may ask me for whatever you wish. I am eager to grant you every wish." At that time, the Virata himself was present in the form of the child. He gave a reply befitting the situation. The child said, "Prabhu, the only boon I desire is that my attention should be firmly fixed and unswervingly on your holy lotus feet. Whether my life lasts for an instant or for eternity, I desire that throughout my life I have bhakti and shraddha for only you. All persons who are your devotees should be considered Jivan Mukt, free of worldly bonds. Those who deny you are dead, even though they live. The spiritually ignorant who do not have you in their hearts can never achieve anything with their outward jap, tap, yagnyas, pujas, fasts, renunciations, charitable works, and pilgrimages. Their whole life is a waste. Prabhu, as long as one is the pure spirit, the divine energy exists within him. Once the spirit withdraws, all the Shaktis also withdraw. O Supreme One, it is you who are the universal spirit, the pure, eternal, indestructible Brahma Jyoti Swaroop Adi Purush, primordial being." Narad, in this way the child expressed his heartful feelings. Then Shri Krishna replied in tones which were most pleasing to the ears. Bhagwan Shri Krishna said, "Son, like me, may you also be eternal and steadfast. Countless Brahmas may come and go, but you will remain indestructible. In every Brahmand, you will reign supreme. From your Nabhi Kamal will manifest the Creator Brahma. From Brahma's forehead will emerge 11 Rudras. Being a part of Shiva, they will have the capacity to dissolve the creation. Out of the 11 Rudras, the one who is Kalagni will be the principal destroyer of the world. Then Vishnu will manifest out of the Rudras for the protection of the world. I will grant you a boon by which you will always have bhakti for me. In your meditation, you will always behold my supreme form. This is a promise." Your most pleasing and beautiful mother will reign on my heart. You will have a darshan of her as well. Son, I will now leave for Golok. You abide here." After this, Shri Krishna withdrew. He was in Golok the next instant. There he gave the necessary assignments to Brahma to create and Rudra to destroy negativities. Bhagwan Shri Krishna said, "O Brahma, you must go and prepare for creation. Listen carefully. Within the pores of Mahavirat, there are countless Brahmans. Out of those, there is a small Brahmand. There is a Virat Purush reigning there, out of whose Nabhi a lotus has emerged. You must manifest on that lotus." Then he turned to Rudra and said, "Mahabhag Mahadev, you are very dear to me. In order to carry out the destruction of the negative forces, you must manifest from the forehead of Brahma. The rest of the time you should pass in tapasya." Narad, Jagatpati Shri Krishna spoke these words and became silent. Brahma and Shiva offered pranams and left. The waters of the primordial egg were still within the pores of the Mahavirat Purush. In that lives a plain Virat Purush who is a part of the Mahavirat. He is in a permanent state of youth. He is dark complexioned and wears pitambar. He reclines on a watery couch. He has a smile on his face. This pleasant-faced, all-pervading Prabhu is called Janardhan. It is from the lotus of his Nabhi that Brahma manifests. In order to discover the source of this lotus, Brahma roamed for 1,00,000 yugas, but Narad, your father could not succeed in finding its origin. He became full of concern. Finally, he sat in his place and meditated on the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. In that state, he got a darshan of some part of Virat Purush. Within the primordial egg, he was reclining on a watery couch. Then he got a glimpse of that Param Purush Shri Krishna, within whose pores the Brahman had manifested. He also got a glimpse of Golok Dham, complete with Gopas and Gopis. Then he sang stutis to please Shri Krishna and got permission from him to start the great work of creation. First of all, Brahma created 4 Manas Putras, human sons. Then from Shiva there manifested 11 Rudras, destructive powers. And then the protector of the universe, Shri Vishnu, manifested from the left side of the Virat Purush. He presides over Shwet Dweep, the clear and faultless abode of Shri Vishnu. He has 4 arms. In this way, Brahma manifested on the Nabhi Kamal of Virat Purush and commenced his great work of creation. He created the Triloki, heaven, earth and Patal with its movable and immovable life forms. Narad, in each pore of the Mahavirat Purush there exist countless Brahmans. Each Brahman is presided over by a Virat Purush, a Brahma, a Vishnu and a Shiva and their supporting Devas. Brahman, I have just described to you the most auspicious story of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. This grants happiness and moksha to those who listen. Now, what else would you desire to hear?
Srimad Devi Bhagavath. If you want to know who Adi Shakti is, read Devi Bhagavath, said by Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Jai Shri Mataji.